Welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the show, have a seat, my nigga, recline back. Real niggas making a speech, so acknowledge that I never turn bitch to the op, and I can promise that this 4 nickel tucked on my hip, that bitch Obama black. See a target, lock onto it, then demolish. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Minds.
What's good? What's good?
I got Jay Moore, I got Mr. Anderson with me, and of course we got Alan here. Hope everybody having a beautiful week. Hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. Hope everybody's energy's high, frequency's good. Everybody's vibrating on a positive level, and everybody's giving and receiving the love that we all deserve. How was you guys' week?
Hey man, mine was smooth, man. Diving back into what you know me best for, getting back into my chakra focus. I haven't talked to you about it, but I've been real busy with that, checking my levels. Okay. Me, I always love being blue and green.
Trying to stay in that green.
So, for those who don't know, throat chakra, heart chakra, come with a different color. As my man knows, throat chakra is blue, so that's why we're here. My favorite color is blue. It always inspires me to talk, teach, get information, find information, and share. So,
Mr. Anderson.
Anybody ever wondered when y'all watch? I always got on blue. That's why, because I'm always in, chakra level.
Yeah, he was quiet last week.
My man told me, he said, man, them folks don't know nothing about you. I said, all right, well then, I drop a gem, or two, a few over what we talking about,
Mr. Anderson, man, how your week been? How your week been so far?
Man, just doing what I assume everybody else is doing, trying to collect these Federal Reserve notes so I can trade them for goods and services.
Yeah, right. Commerce.
You feel me?
It's commerce.
My man.
That's commerce.
My man.
Alan, how your week been, baby?
Oh man, positive and productive, man. Like you say, radiating at a high frequency. So yeah, it's definitely been a great week. We halfway through it, so as long as we can wake up and see another day, we got another opportunity to make $1 billion. That's how I look at it.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
That's what I respect about Cuz, man. He a hustler.
Oh yeah,
hey, man. Stay busy. Just in case y'all didn't know, when y'all see us, man, that man behind the camera, he over there doing a whole lot more. He running. He doing more than just what we doing. He's a busy man. We on his schedule, he on our schedule, so we all busy. So that's what's going on.
Yeah, man. We hope everybody we hope y'all had a beautiful week. Mr. Anderson, you want to start us off today with the child trafficking arrest of the week?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Well,
We got Burke County, Georgia.
Okay.
3 people have been arrested for crimes against children, of course. 55-year-old Tommy Lynn Gilliam, 43-year-old Amanda Charlene Wilkes, and 55-year-old Mark Aaron Snell. Gilliam, he's got trafficking of persons for labor, aggravated molestation, aggravated sodomy, enticing a child, cruelty to children, possession of a firearm, possession of fentanyl, possession of a methamphetamine,
God damn.
possession of a controlled substance.
Okay.
So yeah, he would sound like he was trying to drug some babies. And
Control factor.
He the top evil one. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Anderson.
You got Wilkes with molestation, cruelty to children. Also had some fentanyl, methamphetamine, and a controlled substance. And Snell is charged with molestation. All are being held at the Burke County Detention Center, and they're trying to get some additional charges as well on them.
Okay.
I
Was
support
one of those a female?
Yep, Amanda Wilkes.
What the?
Yep.
So it was a team. It was a team.
Yeah, her and Tommy was doing some drugs.
Oh, it was her and okay,
Yeah.
it's a team.
Yeah,
Okay.
now
That's crazy.
Well, it's rare that everybody work by themselves, man. Sometimes you need somebody to do something that you can't do.
Right.
to get the job
My
done.
nigga say you need a team.
Yeah, I mean, teamwork
But
makes the
just not
dream
in
work.
Not in that way though. We don't
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, in all
Yeah,
aspects,
yeah,
man.
right.
When you're dealing with certain situations, so if you got a sick person that's accomplishing something, trust they got a team behind them, and that's a whole team of sick people.
Right.
So you know the reality.
City.
We doing what we doing. We a team. We making what's happening. What we doing as a team. Trust me, these nasty motherfuckers is doing the same thing. They got a team.
Yes, sir.
And I hope they got a team in the jail that'll greet them.
Oh
When
well,
they get
you know how that goes. You know how that goes.
Mr. Anderson, you said that was Berks County,
there.
right?
Burke County, Georgia.
Okay, I got one. This is Butts County, Georgia.
I saw that one too.
All right,
Okay. A search warrant at West Central Georgia home led to the arrest of a 33-year-old man. His name is Dylan Jaden. We utilized the Fayette County SWAT team to ensure he could hear us knocking. So, you know, they didn't just rush the house. They didn't cause a shootout. Let me see. After the search, Jaden was charged with the following: 2 counts of trafficking a child for sexual servitude, 2 counts of child molestation, 2 counts of aggravated child molestation, 2 counts of sodomy, obscene internet contact with a minor, 2 counts of enticing a child for indecent purposes, and 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Let me see here. He was just arrested, so you know we don't know what he's going to be charged on. But this is Butts County, Georgia. You guys, you could go check this article out. His name is Dylan Jaden. And what is this article on here? This is WSB TV. This is some type of Atlanta news channel here, guys.
Yeah, the
Okay,
local news
okay.
station for that area.
Hey, can I just say that anybody living in Butts County probably is suspect? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
I
like,
mean-
why would you want to live in Butts County? I mean, the whole time I would be trying to get the name changed. My whole life, if I
What was
if
the
I was
first
born
county,
in Butts
though? What was
County,
the first county?
my whole life I would be trying to get the name changed to something
But what was
other
the
than
first
Butts
county that you had
Burke.
mentioned?
Burke County.
So you got Birkin butts.
Oh,
You got
I'd rather
girls
live in
with their
Burke than
Birkin
Butts.
bags.
Yeah.
I would never live in Burke than Butts.
yeah.
Man,
Butts
that's,
County.
that's-
Come on, man.
That's terrible.
Yeah, we know what happens in
Hopefully
Georgia.
they're working
Yeah,
on
well,
getting
you
shit
know.
changed.
Jay Moore, you got anything over there you want to share with the people regarding child trafficking arrest, child abuse case?
I really want to start with this, even before I read the case. This is for everybody who is born male with that certain genitalia between your legs.
A penis?
There we go.
All right.
When you take it upon yourself to do certain acts, it is looked very lowly upon. Meaning, if you a man, we all was raised a certain way, and there's certain shit that you don't do. Certain ways you ain't supposed to look at life.
We all wasn't raised a certain way.
Now this is true.
That's the problem.
But here's the issue. We wasn't raised to be messing with children. And or we wasn't raised to be beating on children. We wasn't raised to kill children. We wasn't raised to take our aggression out on children. We wasn't raised to keep ourselves so minuscule. We want to be such a grown man, or we want to, because we got a, between our legs, we feel like we could do certain things that come to mind because of. Now the reason why that's pissing me off is because it's a lot of dudes with penis between their legs, but they grown boys. They not men. They don't understand their values, their understanding, their morals, and everything is shot. And the reason why I'm saying this first is because of the story that I want to mention and bring up to everybody. Yeah, I'm sure it's in the news. I'm sure y'all heard about it. It's a young guy, young fella, 20 years old. Jalen White, 20 years old. He has been arrested on child abuse charges in connection with the severe injuries of his son. His son. Apparently, the mother had to go to work. He was babysitting the child. You know, obviously he's not trying to be much of a, I'm not going to say too much, but the description is he's at home playing a video game.
Yeah, I seen that.
And apparently he wilded out, maybe the baby crying, asking for a bottle. The baby 8-month-old, you know. Now for any man that's in the room, any man that's watching, especially the men in this room, if it's an 8-month-old baby, if they're crying or if they're unsettled, we was all taught by Big Mama or our mother, if a baby's unsettled, they need some tending to. So apparently him and his damn game, because he feels so, I don't give a damn because I don't have to deal with that. I'm playing the game. He got so upset by being bothered with this baby, he picked the baby up and threw the baby up against the wall. And this baby ended up with skull fractures and of course a multitude of other things, which leads detectives in the case to say that it wasn't just you even wigged out and threw the baby against the wall. You did something else. You know, there's other bruises and abrasions and situations going on with this baby. And yeah, that really bothers me. You know, I was raised a different way. Men are not supposed to lose control, especially to harm a woman, a child, yourself, or your fellow man, because it's supposed to be the distinctiveness and the understanding of yourself as a man to control the situation. And you know, that situation just really bothered me because I got 5 kids.
Bro, that was the original law, man. God's law. You don't harm no other man and you don't damage their property. It's real simple.
Exactly. Hands off of people. Mind your business, tend to your needs, period.
Okay, guys. Well, that was a touchy subject. You know, it might be a trigger warning for some people.
Definitely a trigger one.
I'll get it out the way now. You know, this show is for entertainment purposes only.
Definitely.
But we'll get on to the show, man. We'll get on to the show. Jay Moore, we'll start with you. Anything you want to put us on to, you know, specifically?
I'm not sure if, I mean, everybody's in the news right now. I found it interesting that we spoke on the show in the last couple of weeks about a couple of things dealing with the politics and the elections. And everyone heard what I said. I didn't respect the gimmicks and the games and the entertainers. I needed policy. I needed understanding for what was going on for the people. So I you know, the information is out there. It's not even hard to find, you know, but I did my research as well, just, you know, to double down. Looking at how much money was spent in campaigns for specific things. Now I want to bring that up because, okay, your policy here, or okay, this or that there. I know they was putting a lot of money and millions here and there for certain policies for this and that. But when I looked at the numbers for the millions of dollars that they spent collectively for marketing, consultation, for ads, and you know, dealing with people to make sure that they attracted certain things. And when I paid attention that the number was $1 billion, and then come to find out somebody's $20 million in debt after throwing away $1 billion that people invested, donated into a campaign. And that really excited me because it's been a bunch of elections for a long time, and we all know money is the way to go. That's why you got big people like Soros was involved. You know, if everybody forgot about the last show, he's a big billionaire, philanthropist, and, you know, advocate for donations and everything. When you got people donating like that, and then money comes up missing, and then when the bank accounts is checked and you're in the negative of 20 million after you done blew away $1 billion. I just wanted to know how y'all fellas felt about, and of course, if ain't nobody paying no attention on this channel, I bring up the issue of where our money go and who doing right behind us. So I do pocket watch. And I don't pocket watch. If you get what I'm saying, I pocket watch. It's our pocket that I'm watching. I'm not watching Jay-Z pocket. I'm not watching nobody pocket but the government and the money that we issue. So I look at pocket watching with our money.
Yeah, it's taxes. Yeah.
So how y'all,
Taxes.
I want to bring that up and just ask y'all fellas how y'all feel about just where our money realistically goes. Not to mention, I'm going to top this off again. Remember, we spend $150 to $180 billion a year on the borders for the United States. And I'm going to pass it on to my brothers.
Yeah. To know that cameras and stuff at the border aren't even functional, it makes you wonder, where is the tax money going? Barker, you want to reply to anything Jay said?
Yeah, the campaign funds, I think those is like all donations.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're using tax money for those,
I didn't think so either.
but there's still $1 billion that could have went somewhere else.
Could you correct me, Barker, when someone is campaigning and you send donations to their campaign, where technically does that money go?
They've
Do
got,
you know?
It's basically the campaign is like a business. It's a corporation, so it's gonna go
Okay.
into some fund bank account that's in the name of that campaign.
Okay. So if somebody just got 20 million dropped into that account, and let's say they got kicked out the campaign, what could possibly happen with that money?
I don't know. I think they keep it or whatever. I don't know what happens.
Well-
I really didn't investigate that part.
Yeah, I
It
know.
just blew me that you had $1 billion and then you went over by 20 million.
That's where I'm confused. That's what I'm asking. Like, is there
That's
any
what
way,
blew
like,
me.
See, all right, man. We gotta let the people know what we talking about.
okay,
All right,
go in.
now when we're talking about the numbers,
Mhm.
because you guys are talking about what the candidates spent on their presidential run, pretty
Yeah,
much for
campaign,
ads,
their
the campaign.
ads, celebrities, television,
All
radio.
Trump spent $750 million
Wow.
on his campaign run to win.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
It said Kamala alone received $1.3 billion in funding. Now it says the Democrats spent over $2.2 billion to try to get her elected. So we had, the normal donations and the normal
Could you
people.
run that back? So they donated what and she spent who? I need to do the quick math in my head. Say it again.
All right. Kamala alone
Right.
raised $1.3 billion.
Gotcha.
The Democrats,
Mm-hmm.
with her, with her
That's her
1.3,
push.
they raised $2.2 billion to get her
Oh.
elected.
Oh.
So, they spent that money on ads. Starting to
Marketing,
find out.
stage work, studio work.
They're
There was a
saying
lot of
them,
studio work going
them
on along with that.
celebrities was what was most.
That's
of it
what a lot of
cost.
people starting to say now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Oprah got $1 million.
She denied it though. I saw that video where they asked her about it. She said, "No, they didn't give me any
No,
money."
she didn't get any money, but how it breaks down because a representative from
What is it?
Oprah,
Harpo, whatever.
Harpo,
her companies,
company.
they said that they received the money for studio setup. It was excuse me, for production was their exact words.
Wow.
They said it was $500,000 in one increment, then another 500, but it was for production.
Oh.
Setup production is what it.
That's
what
how the
they
rich
said.
people do it, man. They get their payments to go to corporations and trusts and stuff, and then they can claim they don't have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so nobody paid
I
Oprah $1
actually
million.
did it now. I'm set up a
No,
trust, so.
nobody
It's got to be
paid
private,
Oprah $1
bro.
million,
You
but-
got to set up a private trust.
But yeah, man, we want to let the people know what we're talking about because
ahead.
we're just talking about numbers and, you know, we want to let the people know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
But going through some of the numbers here, it says the Harris campaign paid $3.9 million just to media influencers alone.
Right.
Right.
As Jay Moore stated, it says she paid $1 million to Oprah's production company. It says she paid six figures, like 100,000 plus, for a Call Her Daddy mock set
Oh
bill
yeah.
in a
She did
hotel.
that podcast.
In a hotel because she didn't want to actually go to the show.
Yep.
So she had them like build a mock set in a hotel.
Okay.
And yeah, man, it's going over numbers about these celebrities. Like celebrities are getting paid millions of dollars. To
And even on Trump end, not to cut you off, bro, but for all that's watching, I mean, we could run down Trump. I mean, you
Yep.
know, I'm not. We
That's
ain't
still a lot of
blasting on
money.
camera.
Yeah.
750
You
million.
got to think about the, you know, celebrities on his end. He had busted up ass Hulk Hogan, bro. He had Kid Rock, and he had, you know, the comedians, and you know, so they both played their game. But it's like realistically, y'all people was putting their money in people's pockets to play.
Yeah.
To play.
All right, yeah, I got his. It's saying 70 to 79% of his money went towards ads.
Okay.
So he probably did give them something for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
for
you know,
coming.
consultation shit. You know, I mean, I'm not
Well,
gonna be against that.
If we want to talk about, since we're talking about money, and since you brought up ads, you know, if we, you know, some of the things that people have been saying about the reason why Trump won over Kamala is because he was more in tune with what was going on now.
Mm.
They even said something about his son, like his younger son, being like, Dad, you know, focus on this internet
Who,
shit.
Barron? The
Barron.
baby-
Yeah,
Barron.
Oh yeah.
His youngest son. Like, yo, no, focus on pushing the internet
I really want
instead
to
of
talk
trying.
about Barron.
Because honestly, Kamala, the Democrats, they were on some old, trying to be on some homegrown shit. I'm gonna go knock on doors and shit like that.
Yeah.
Where we're not in that time anymore, honestly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We are in a time of influencers and the internet. So whoever rules the influence in the internet is going to pretty much win.
I mean, I remember it was a time when Muhammad Ali was a deciding factor for things. Think about it.
Well,
When Muhammad Ali was coming up with all of his Black Panther movement and his power, he was just a boxer. But the power
Yeah.
at that time
Right,
from
but
a
that was-
person.
You gotta have the right people at the right
It's,
time.
it's all different from what I'm saying, but just the specific point of what you're saying, power to move off of at that time.
oh yeah. Well, no, I mean it's marketing,
Yeah.
and like you said, it's ads. It's marketing and promotion. It's branding. You know what I'm saying?
I think I saw that story.
I actually was listening to. I actually got a book called The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding, and they talk about Trump in that book, and they talk about how one of his brand, which is his name, Trump, you know, in a way, in some ways it's good and in some ways it's bad. But you have to listen to the book to know, you know, to
Right,
be able,
right, right, to
I'm
get
not
your
gonna get
breakdown,
into
to
that,
get-
you
right,
know what I'm
right, right,
saying?
mhm.
But that's his brand. So, you know, when you see Trump, regardless of if you know him personally or if you know about the bank. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit is immutable. What it's about is Trump. He's a brand. He's somebody who's well known, and there's a lot of people in this country that, you know, will trust him with the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
the Public Road Show.
and when you push that along with the internet, it's you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
We
It
know
goes
the internet
together.
is the biggest
That's
gun,
what I mean.
the biggest tool.
Just being smart.
Yeah.
You would think the younger candidate with the younger crowd supposedly would be aware of that.
Will use that to advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Anderson, you want to bring up anything specific here?
No, yeah, I believe I read that story where they were talking about how, you know, you gotta go with the times. The internet is where you reach more people at. The young people get the old people on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they even talked about if she would have went on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I mean,
like, it's just
that
things
was an
like that.
attempt.
Like
There was an
Trump
attempt.
went to all the big, impactful podcasts.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, he
know what I'm
went
saying?
anywhere. It didn't matter. He went on enemy's territory.
I mean, yeah,
she
I was-
did it once.
I was
Well,
a
I
little
wouldn't say it's enemy's
confused.
territory because Joe Rogan is enemy's territory.
No, I'm talking about like the ABCs, the NBCs. He went
I'm
to
not talking,
India
but see,
like.
I'm not talking about that because that's not the internet. I'm talking about podcasts.
Oh yeah,
He
okay.
said a
All right.
big-
Just strictly on
The
podcast.
reason why he got so many young people is because of podcasts,
Yeah.
because of him going on the Joe Rogans and
Oh,
the
yeah.
influencers. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, these young people ain't listening to fucking MSNBC and
Right.
CNN
Yeah, I
and shit
would've
like
figured.
that.
No.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
at all.
They listening to the Joe Rogans
Yeah.
and the
Charlemagne the Gods
right, the other, the young people
and the Joe
that's-
Buttons.
right,
Yeah.
shit like that. So, but who else? But he didn't just go on Joe Rogan. He went on some other. Trump went on some
Yeah,
other
he
people's
went on
podcasts
all
too.
kind of. He was
Right,
over there
right.
with what's the little young? I don't even know what the boy is, but he was
Aiden
like
Ross.
a little- yeah.
Aiden Ross.
Yep.
Boom. He's the biggest streamer, or one of the
Uh-huh.
biggest streamers in the world.
I ain't,
He
I
went
don't
on his
know what
fucking
descent
stream.
is. I ain't wanna call
You
him
feel
a
me?
white boy,
So you
yeah.
go on his stream, you know his fucking impact and how many and his reach, especially when it comes to young people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kamala,
'Cause
she dropped the ball.
It's
You know,
like the
period.
Kai
The
Cenat.
Democrats dropped the ball.
It's
I
like
mean,
the Kai Cenat.
Right, the Kai Cenat. At one point in time, she was supposed to go there,
She
but they
did.
said that she said she didn't want to do it.
Well,
Yeah,
he
his
said
setup,
he's
baby.
Well,
not.
no, yeah, he said too.
He's
Like
not
he didn't want to be in the
political.
politics.
Just like
Yeah.
50 said. He said he didn't want nothing to do with the
As he
politics.
shouldn't though,
supposedly.
man. I mean,
That can ruin your career in
his
certain
whole
ways.
setup and everything, that ain't for no politician to be coming through that kind of doorway for that angle. If you got to get that angle, you definitely.
But once again,
messed
Trump
that up
did
going that
it,
way.
so we can't say that because
But
Trump
Aiden
did
Ross,
it and he
but
won.
I mean,
So all I'm saying is, if Kamala did go on Kai,
okay.
it may have impacted the situation.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because once again, she would have been reaching a younger audience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her
You know what I
issue
mean?
is she wanted too much. She went to Joe Rogan, but she had this list of demands, and he's
Yeah.
like, "This is the way I do stuff."
I
It's
heard
like,
him mention something about
you know,
his people was in heavy conversation with her, people, back and forth for a while, and he has specified repeatedly, like, heavy conversation, and it just didn't work out. So I'm like, they do big business over there. So if it's coming from his mouth saying, they was working really hard, on multiple occasions, the situation's trying to line it up.
I mean, if you're gonna be pretty much the most impactful person in the world because she won, she would have been.
Commander in Chief of the United
You
States.
have to
right?
be willing to sit down for 3 hours and chop it up about what the people want to hear. And, to have stipulations, which everybody probably do, but he said her list was, kind of outlandish, and he was like, it wasn't worth it for him.
Right.
Mr. Anderson, you spoke to me on the phone. Anderson, you said you wanted to give us some numbers over something we went over last week regarding the vote numbers.
Yeah. Just wanted to update the numbers because the votes were still coming in. I got Harris at for the popular vote. I got her at 72,820,000 811 votes, and then Trump 75,837,887.
All right.
And
Oh wow, she got more than Barack.
yeah, the most he got was 69,000.
69 million.
Or yeah, 69 million.
say.
I'm sorry, excuse me. 69 million, almost 69.5 million.
See, that's crazy.
Trump had like
crazy.
74 million
Because I already knew she was.
before, so he gained like 1.5 million. But
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. They voted for her more than Obama.
All right, now what did Joe Biden get in
I was just
2020?
finna ask you.
He
what
got
did Joe Biden get?
81 million, man. Remember that?
Yeah. I don't know
So
how.
we still missing 9 million votes.
Yeah, and with Barack, you got 12 million more votes than Barack.
Yeah.
That's kind of baffling to me.
Other people might like the
The old school,
the new agenda.
the old school presidential look or something.
And I do got a topic though. I did come up with something.
Okay, run that.
Yeah.
You
Shoot
go ahead.
through,
You can
shoot
run it
through,
now. You
shoot
done,
through.
Anderson?
Yeah. I just wanted to update on the numbers.
Okay.
I don't know. People might be down with the new agenda. I don't know about the 81 million.
I want to definitely get into this new agenda.
Go ahead, Alan.
Let our man shoot his shot.
Well, I
real
was
quick.
just, since this is, conspiracy theories and world news. I ain't really got no world news, but I have been hearing something about a conspiracy theory that's been going on, and want to get you guys' opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
The theory is artificial intelligence is going to eventually take over and learn and be able to, fuck up the world in so many words.
Mhm.
So with the new Tesla robot coming out, as well as with Elon Musk being in the White House now.
What is the position?
How do you feel about artificial intelligence now and its impact on our world? Because I feel like you can't have the same opinion that you had before Elon Musk was in the White House. Like Elon Musk is literally in the White House now. So
Department
he is
of
pretty much
Government Efficiency.
right, and he's pretty, in my opinion, he's in the White House. So
I mean, yeah.
they
but-
gave him-
but that's
they gave-
that's the title.
He has
right,
a
right.
seat.
I said, yeah, they gave
He
him a
has a
title.
seat.
Right, they gave him a title.
Yeah.
If
But-
Trump get in there, we
Yeah.
still got quite a while.
I mean, he got some time before he get in there.
But they gave him a little title. You
Right,
know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
how do you guys feel about artificial intelligence? I mean, do you guys feel like it's something that we should embrace, something that's needed, or is it something that we should?
I mean, it's needed to a certain extent. It's something called overdoing with anything.
Too much of anything is always bad.
Yeah, with the artificial intelligence though, I actually was just watching a video on that, and a guy was asking like the Chat GPT whatever,
Right.
one of those AI things. He was asking them about us, and the damn AI was like, "Y'all AI too." It just was crazy, bro. He was like, "Y'all are a simulation as well. Like, you guys built us, something built you. It's just."
I mean, we was master crafted too, man.
So yeah, man, it was just crazy the way the AI was breaking everything down. Like it was breaking it down. Like how you guys were building us, and it took you time to come up with certain things. And yeah, bro. So I can see, of course, AI taking over because it's computers. I mean, we remember being in school with the Texas Instrument calculators, bro. Look how far we've came. Like, it's crazy. So, of course, we can see it happening. Everything has electronics in it. Your car,
Yep.
it can cut your car off on you, lock you in the car, all type of crazy crap. So, definitely can see it happening, man. It's up to us as the humans, the creators of that, to do something about it. And we shouldn't feel comfortable knowing how fast it's moving, and the stuff they're coming up with, bro, at the rate they're coming up with it. So as humans, we definitely shouldn't feel comfortable with it, but it's scary. Yeah, it's scary, bro.
I will say this. Like you said, I remember growing up. My mother, she was a very established woman, so she went through a lot of stuff. So she wanted to teach me a lot of stuff. She wanted to teach me typing and handwriting and things like that. And I remember back in the day, we had a computer called a Tandy 1000. Real old computer. And I remember, punching keys. Of course, I'm just learning, but just the screen. And it's literally just highlighted green dots to display whatever. If it's an image or letters, it's just highlighted green dots for everything in a terrible back screen. I always felt like technology was definitely something that we needed, something that we've always had, from ages and ages ago. Technology ain't new. A lot of things are just recanted, refixed, reformed, and put back out. Technology is the only way that people was ever able to do anything because of advancements. So we have to have it, but once we got to the position where we opened the door so wide, where we wanted to let go of the control of what we were developing, anything that you make or create by your hand. I'm not saying, of course, a man and a woman can go in the room and create something, but this is different. When you create something by hand, you automatically are supposed to build this with the mind frame of learning how to stop it, control it, deplete it, and make sure that you don't develop it to the point of being out of control. So when it came to AI, we had our grips on that, and for the last 15, 20, 25 years, the whole plan was to not have a hold on it. And now you got robots that can be surrogates, and you got robots taking over restaurants. It used to just be the car factories. When I was coming up, the most special thing with AI robots we had, it was, the big four GM plants. They finally got big robots doing things, eliminating humans from doing certain stuff, but that was heavy movement. So that was a good production in AI. But now when you got robots that's supposed to be birthing and wounding your child, and they're putting it in positions where it's eliminating jobs, which of course, if I was in the business, I would eliminate the jobs anyway, because where we're at right now in our life, young people don't want the job, they want the paycheck. Anybody that's of age that got to get those kind of jobs don't want to do it because they feel like they are above that because of their age and what maybe they went through. So AI is needed. I don't want to get too long-winded. It's needed, but once they lost the control of it, it's not a good thing anymore. Regardless of how you reflip it and design it and present it, it's still going to be bad because they just want it to blow. So,
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always suspicious of the things that they give us versus the things that they can't provide us. We got tiny phones and robots and all type of stuff, and they can't keep frozen water out the street in the middle of the winter. They still throwing salt in the street. You feel me? So I'm always suspicious of that. But I asked the AI of the likelihood of an AI takeover, and it says that it depends on the future of AI technology and the context in which it operates.
Yeah. Exactly. And man, we got to think. Technology has killed civilizations. And we mean, this ain't really computers. We're talking about certain crystals put together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful with what we do as man. Like, we already murder every damn thing and kill everything. Like, so
it got to the point where they start eating every damn thing too.
Yep. Mr. Anderson, man, you said you wanted to go over something else here.
Yeah, we were talking about, the black women and electing them last episode, so I went and looked it up.
Okay.
The U.S. representatives, they say they got 29 black women And then in the past election, they said they voted 2 black women into the Senate. There's usually only one in there. So they said they made history with that. So what is that? That's 31 altogether out of what, like 500 something. So I mean, they they got their place.
That was you and Alan conversation last week.
They got their
making progress.
place.
No,
Yeah.
I never said you was wrong about what you said or nothing like that. I knew what you was talking about.
Yeah.
But I was just saying we were just talking about Kamala and everything else.
Right.
But you were absolutely right. I remember seeing them come across the screen like, yo, the first black woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They
The
elected
first black
2 of them
woman.
at the same
Right,
time.
I remember
They said
that,
that's the
absolutely.
first time it happened in history.
No,
So yeah, I just wanted to come back with the numbers because I didn't have no numbers last week.
Oh no, it's okay.
So,
I got
I
you.
like that.
I got you. But
That's
no,
a decent
I
amount.
didn't-
Is more than a couple. You feel
Right,
me?
no,
Definitely different.
No, I respect it, and like I said, I didn't disagree with you. I remember there was people who was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was Kamala. That was really what my point was.
Yeah.
The Kamala thing. But
Yeah.
no, and that's a beautiful thing to see young black
Yeah.
women being elected to Senate and things of that nature.
We need them in there. Getting bills together that that's gonna
As long
benefit.
as they, just trying to do the right things,
Right,
man. Because
right.
it really don't matter if they just feel like
I mean, yeah, ain't
being a
nobody
politic
perfect,
is
bro.
the way to get it.
Right,
Because
but-
a lot of them are like
You gotta have
that.
the
That's
right
how
mentality.
politicians run. Be like,
Of course.
man,
Right, but-
they get it. Let me jump into politics. You got car salesmen doing that. Like,
Right.
So yeah.
But one quick thing though, too, Anderson, though, and this is another thing that we spoke about, and it was something that you kind of, I want to say you kind of brushed off like it doesn't matter, and that was seeing a black woman as president, and it being something that could influence young black women, young black kids, young black girls
Right.
to want to, you know what I'm saying, be hopeful that it can happen.
Right.
Imagery is something that a lot of times, I'm not saying that if you don't teach your children personally that you can be whatever you want to be. If you want to be president, you can. That's awesome. But at the same time, if they never see it, even though you tell them every day,
Right.
but they never see it, there's still some form of like I want to say a void, where it's
You got-
like, yeah, my father has always told me I
You
could
got
be this,
audio
but
learners,
I've
video
never
learners,
seen
physical
it.
learners. You know,
So
people
no,
learn
what I'm
differently.
talking about is hope.
Yeah.
What
Some
that
type of example that they
right,
can-
what
they
that
can-
does is it provides hope
Right.
that somebody else can be it, and you can't say hope doesn't matter because there's whole religions based on hope.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hope is a big and a beautiful thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that was something else that we was talking about,
Yeah.
and you was kind of like, well, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, yes, imagery does matter, and like, cause I have a black daughter. So when Kamala lost, I had to have a conversation with her because she was upset that she lost because she felt as though she should have won.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I couldn't just be like, nah, nigga, Kamala, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't be negative about it.
Right.
I had to be positive about it, and I had to give her hope
Yeah.
that even though you didn't see this black woman win, you can still be you can still strive for it. It's not that just because she didn't win, you can't be it. I had to instill that in her. But once again, without my positive reinforcement, she had lost hope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
But you got to look at she was the first, the vice president that was
Oh,
a
no,
female.
absolutely.
That's what you
Yeah.
got to tell her. You got to look
Absolutely.
at that. And
True.
then, like I said, with the representatives in the Senate, they more powerful, really. Like I said to me, because they in on the laws.
Right,
Like
absolutely.
the president, all they can do is write them executive orders.
Right. Oh,
With
no,
the
no.
laws, you know what I'm saying?
No,
So
absolutely.
that's where I would go with that. But my thing is like, I think it means more when you see somebody personally. Like you don't have to have somebody like on TV or somebody like you can have your people in your family or like a mentor or somebody like personally that
Oh,
you
of
can
course,
see
of
doing
course, of
stuff.
course.
You know, somebody it could be a woman that's a head of a company or something like that.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
where I
my
would go with
daughter
that.
My daughter
You see
had
what I'm saying?
My daughter had my mother until
Right.
she passed away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh,
So
yeah.
once again, there's
Yeah.
a void there already.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just different things that different people deal with when it comes to certain situations in life, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But hope is always a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because your mind
that's
got to
what
be
I was
right
always-
for you to, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel where you coming from.
Yeah, man, when we talking about women, Trump appointed the first female chief of staff. Also, that's, I guess, a good thing for women. Something negative I'm hearing about these women is this 4B movement. Have you guys heard about this 4B movement?
Yeah, that was funny.
I think it's
You ain't
something.
hip to that?
It's something, I believe it started in Asia, man, and it's something Asian. But it's like these women, they're a lot of them are shaving their heads off, hair. A lot of them are saying they're not gonna mess with guys anymore, and just yeah, man.
Is that where is that at?
It's starting here now, but
Well, I mean-
it started in China, and the 4Bs is like some Chinese saying or something
I'm
for
gonna look
women.
that up. I'm gonna look that up, but.
Yeah, these women was on TikTok or whatever it
four
was. They were
core-
shaving their head. They said they was gonna be celibate, and
Yeah.
all of this other stuff
They
because
was
of
a lot of them want to move out
they
the
basically
country.
was protesting the Harris's laws.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it.
What
Yeah.
I just came across,
Yeah.
the 4 core tenets to the 4B movement are no sex with men,
Okay.
no giving birth,
Wow.
no dating men, no marriage with men.
Right. So I would have to look. I would.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
definitely
look deeper
into
on
it.
that shit, because
See what's about.
I'm not familiar. I'm
No
not
giving
familiar.
birth gonna hurt us.
But no, I can understand. I unfortunately, I understand their pain, and it's and the reason I understand it is because I know individuals who were educated about what was going on with the politics and with
Okay.
Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like other individuals that I talk to who are educated on, okay, I'm gonna make this choice, but I'm making it based off of educational shit that I know. I'm basing it off of things that I know that I'm with him for. There's a lot of individuals who made this choice based off of uneducation. You know what I'm saying? Based off of, I don't want a woman to be in charge. You know what I'm saying? And for women, that hurts because I'm your mama, nigga. I birthed you.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in charge of you
Right.
your whole life.
What's
So
the issue?
right. So when it comes to I got a mama and yeah, she birthed me and she raised me, but I don't want a woman running this country. It's a contradictory on your whole life. Like your mama raised you and everything else, and you depend on your mama. But when it comes to having a woman, aka somewhat a mama in the White House, you're like, nah, I can't do that. So with women having an attitude and saying they're, I haven't heard any black women say this shit. That's just me personally. I'm just gonna say that
Yeah, I'm
now.
saying a few.
I personally haven't heard any black people, but I'm not saying they haven't. I just haven't heard it.
My thing is with the whole thing about what I like outside of the policies or outside of whatever race or whatever the hell, but a lot of people still, women and men, keep paying a woman to be emotional. And so do other world leaders. Like, I know why Putin was cheering for Kamala. If y'all know anything about Putin, that boy is cutthroat, stone cold. I ain't got to lie about it. What he done did is world news.
Yeah.
It's documented. I'm not making no accusations. This dude killed people just to make you
No,
listen
I
to
know
what he's
who
saying.
know who it is and what
Yeah.
he's been doing.
I'm sure if just to let everybody know that's watching and people who didn't consider this, meanwhile while we was updating y'all about world wars, these men make decisions to send people out there, and this 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 people get murdered. They know a woman ain't got nothing in their mind unless she's just a sick tyrant that cares less. A woman's heart is going to beat and be like, okay, let's not fight. I don't want to do this. And then when you get raided and they buy them on you, you still gonna try to have a peace treaty, and more people. The moral leaders was licking their chops. Everybody. I'm not saying Kamala wouldn't have been able to handle it. I'm not saying that she would have been able to handle it. But they was licking their chops, looking in case everybody forgot. They look for weaknesses. You know, you got a woman in the commander in chief.
I mean, once again, though, I understand what you're saying, and that's all based off of perception. That's all. It's
just perception,
right? That's all based off of what you think and how you feel.
Yeah, a lot of the issues was the women felt like they lost their rights.
That too, of course.
Which I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of what rights were lost.
Is this regarding the
because
the
with Kamala,
situation?
with Kamala and Joe Biden, what did they do towards the women's reproductive rights? Like, what did they really do? There's nothing you really can do now that it's been overturned, honestly.
Y'all know how I feel, and I spoke on that. With the Biden administration was pushing was for women, if y'all listening, to lose more of y'all rights. Now, women out there, y'all know when these guys of different likes call y'all cis women, y'all get real mad. Cause y'all like, I was born this way, I'm the original woman. How you gonna retitle me like I'm different? I'm the original. But because certain people are adjusting themselves with this lifestyle that they want to live, they're getting to the point where they want to disrespect where you coming from, being natural. So with that being said, you can't have a support with this particularly, someone that's allowing other people to physically change themselves to further confuse themselves. I spoke on this many a times. I don't agree with that. I just do not. I do not. Whether if it's people in prison, if it's children, if it's adults, if it's teenagers, listen, maybe call me old school. But if you was born with it, that's what you are.
But see, I think that's the discrepancy. I think really,
and that's me. That's just how I feel.
I think as men,
that's my opinion.
As men, that's how most men feel.
Yeah.
Right. That's how most.
Men that's feel, what we would think, at least. Yeah.
Right. That's how we feel. Right. And it was kind of like what we were talking about earlier, where they put a bunch of shit in the bills, and then it'd be one or two things in the bill where it'd be like, man, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Even though everything else is good, these two things are crazy. Like, yo, you going to let my kids do what? So, no, I agree with you. And I feel like the educated men, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Who voted for Trump, they had those type of things in their mind. Those were the things, because when I talked to them, that's the type of things that they said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
they're like, yo, I wasn't on that trans shit, nigga. Woo,
yeah, wasn't nobody.
Things of that nature. But once again, like I stated, when you talk about women, we got the trans issue, and then we also have the abortion issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where they're at. You know what I'm saying? They're not as concerned about the trans shit and the gay shit as much as we are.
Right.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. They're more concerned about the abortion.
Right.
Yeah.
We're more concerned about the trans shit. We're not as concerned about.
But with the
abortion,
from and anybody can correct me. Anybody watching, my fellas, my man in the room. I thought the abortion issue was for women that was trying to pretty much between like 5 to 9 months into the pregnancy, finally choose to abort the child. And the issue was, it's like you're just allowing women to choose, okay, I wake up today, I'm 7 months pregnant, I don't want this baby no more, let's just kill it. And that's what their argument was with the, not that women couldn't have abortions for different reasons and this and that, but the main thing was, it was literally a situation where it was multitudes of women that was waiting so late into their term, and they're pretty much just killing kids.
Well, that's
Not all of them, but it was
But I
a
understand
lot
what
of
you're
those
saying.
situations.
Exactly.
So they brought up the argument to try to control it. And women, I'm not saying nobody's supposed to control you. I'm just saying on why that shit came to fruition, where it was like, all right, look, y'all can't do that. And women like, no, my body, my choice. Okay, but this woman, now how much she do in a day? And now she like, kill this shit. I don't want it. And it's like, hold on, what is we doing, ladies? Should we give y'all the option and just pretty much have a child? My first child was born at 7 months. He was born 2 months early. He was 1 pound, 19 ounces, 21 inches long. Who's to say if he would have lived to die? My son right now is 22 years old. He's going to Central Catholic Community in Atlanta, Georgia. Son, I'm sorry if I
What
messed
you mean
that
to
up.
say if he would have lived to die, though? Where does that come from? I know you say he was premature.
The baby mama was going through some issues.
Okay. So that's why he came out premature.
He came out premature.
Okay.
So there's a lot of ladies who may be dealing with that situation, knowing that they may be sickly through the pregnancy, and they're like, well, I don't want to have a sickly baby or this and that. Who's to say if I might not even have my oldest child, my first child right now, if the baby mama would have been like, okay, we 6 months in, I'm tired of being sick.
Right.
Check him out when he came out a month later. You see what I'm saying?
No, I
and now he's
totally get
22 and he's in college. He's playing sports. He's a wonderful kid. He's doing right. He ain't doing nothing in the streets.
Right.
Father taught him well. He listens good. It's just that experience of that choice so late in the game. You could change a lot of shit. So late in the
But
game.
you can change. But
I mean, early too. I mean, initially when
But
you get
at the
pregnant,
same
Plan
time-
B is the same thing.
But at the end, it's still her body.
It
She's
is.
still the one who has to carry it. She's still the one who
I
has
ain't
to deal
saying-
with the sickliness.
I was
and
just saying.
getting up nauseous and things of that nature. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand as a man, yes, you want her to have your child, but
Right.
at the same time, if she is going through these things that you can't feel, you don't know what she's
I
like.
can't fathom what she going through.
And
I don't know.
as much as we would want to be like, no, keep it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If she was to choose to not want to, that's her choice because that's her body. She's going through those things.
Right.
So but don't get it twisted. I understand exactly
8
what
months
you're saying.
in, though, you basically
I
allowing
totally
them to just
understand.
murk something.
I totally understand what you're saying, and there's definitely some points to be made
Yeah,
with
man.
that.
The
We
man gotta
don't
have
know.
at least a say, bro. Because
We-
if you have a child and then the man disappear, go get a pack of cigarettes, never come back, then we got an issue with him. So
Yeah.
it's gotta be the same way. That's
They
it.
gotta be.
All right, man.
That's it.
Since we on abortion, I just want to bring up Margaret Sanger.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Founder of
For
Planned
any
Parenthood.
women,
Planned Parenthood.
yeah, for any woman or any women out there
He
that's
was white.
thinking about getting an abortion, I would just ask you to please do your research on
The beginning
Margaret Sanger
of it all.
and Bill Gates Sr.
Yeah.
From my research, man, black women have killed between 18 and 20 million babies since 1916.
16.
That's when she started giving out abortion pills and stuff like that. And this is Margaret Sanger I'm talking about.
And
Okay.
her research center.
Yeah. She actually started like a Planned Parenthood Foundation or something, guys. So, but I just want to talk about, the women reproductive rights.
Okay.
First off, women reproductive rights means to produce. Reproduction
And the okay
means
to do
to
it.
produce.
And the okay to do it.
So, first and foremost,
I don't think that's how that breaks down, bro. But go ahead, continue.
it should be anti-reproduction rights.
I don't think that's how.
First off, there's no constitutional rights for women's reproductive rights.
I didn't never think that
That's
was
why
written in the
Roe
law
versus Wade
kind
was
of law.
overturned.
That's why it was overturned.
If you don't read the case.
The Constitution, it don't give you rights. It secure the rights we already have.
Yeah.
And that's our God-given rights.
Right, but
Yep.
what Roe versus Wade gave them that right.
Hold on. What I just say, the Constitution, you don't
Right, but that's what Roe
give
versus
you rights.
Wade was. Roe versus Wade was their abortion rights.
No, it gave you case law so that you would be able to do it. That's all it is.
Right. Once again, they're abortion rights.
No, it's a benefit. Anything through law is a benefit. Anything you
Well,
get
their
through God
abortion.
is a right.
It was Roe versus Wade was making it so they could have an abortion,
Right.
Without us having any, without us saying no. You
Without
can't have
Right.
it.
rhetoric.
Yeah.
Without rhetoric.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not a constitutional right.
No.
And as I stated, constitutional rights are God-given rights.
The only thing that you can get from the government
Constitutional
is
rights can't
benefits.
be God-given right that they're wrote by somebody. The Constitution was wrote by people,
Yeah, it says
so it can't be God-given.
no. They're
God-given is from
affirming
man.
it from God. God
No.
gives you everything.
Yeah, if you
So
read
you're
the
saying it's
Constitution,
God-given rights because somebody told the person who wrote the Constitution.
if you read the Constitution, that's what it says.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be exactly like we said. We're supposed to share everything. We don't supposed to discriminate each other. We all have rights as human beings.
Right.
Now, certain people with power take those rights from people.
Yep.
And-
Because of the position.
Yeah,
they're in
exactly.
And their connection.
But yeah, man, the
You
Constitution.
don't believe that women should have the right to an abortion, to abort a baby?
No,
in
this
their
is-
stomach?
I do.
I'm asking.
This is what I'm stating. Okay, the Constitution.
I'm not
That's-
asking about the Constitution. I'm asking about you.
Let me finish. The Constitution, because everyone talking about rights, the rights that they're losing. This is
Right.
why I'm going over this. Let me
Right.
finish.
Okay.
The Constitution doesn't give you rights. It only it
affirms
it
the
affirmed the
rights.
rights that God created for us.
You gotta pay attention.
God wouldn't want us to execute a creation.
Right.
So it would never be a God-given right.
That's what I said. It's a benefit.
That's
Anything
why-
you get from the government
Now,
is a benefit.
what I feel about abortion, I feel pretty much how most conservatives feel: rape, incest, certain shit like that. But man, just to be out thinking you listening to Sexy Red, just out thought biting, getting pregnant, then want to have an abortion in 5 and 6, 7 months. Yeah, I'm not with that.
Right.
But yeah, again, rape, incest, yeah, of course. Like, come on, it's perverts out here. We talk about it every week.
But rape and incest is still a woman's right. Because a woman can have
The
right.
woman didn't have the right. She didn't ask to be raped.
No, but once again, she didn't ask to be impregnated.
Yeah, but see the thing, I know what he was.
You know what I'm
saying,
saying?
though,
So
'cause
she
some
didn't ask the
women
right. She didn't ask to be impregnated. So
Dealing
it's the
with-
same thing.
dealing with.
Yeah, she got raped because so the nigga forced her on her. But shit, she got sex with the nigga and didn't know she was about to get pregnant. He busted her. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just not called rape.
Yeah.
So she has a baby from a man that she didn't want to have. So
Y'all,
I mean, it's
will
the-
be
my
surprised
thing
the high
is-
count of women who are sexually assaulted and raped and impregnated from rape. And believe it or not, of course, in their mind, they don't want to. But them women be like, "This is my baby."
I'm gonna have
Mhm.
yeah, no.
You
there's
see what I'm
definitely
saying?
people
So
like that.
I was just piggybacking
There's
and
definitely
connecting
people like-
with you.
no, there's
Like,
definitely like
them
that.
women sometimes don't even want that shit to go that far because they like some of them women. It's been surprise situations where women have been raped, bro, and got impregnated, and their fertility was, not of good standard, and they done lucked out after being raped. Like it's been crazy situations.
No,
and
absolutely. No, with this rape and incest, I definitely agree with that. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's most definitely
it's
top,
anything
but-
crazy like that. No, hell no. She should definitely be able to get an abortion. But if I like I said, I understand both sides.
Yeah,
I
I do
understand
too.
from a man. I have kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand from both sides. I'm grateful for my children, and I'm glad that my baby mamas didn't have abortions and things of that nature because they could have. You know what I'm saying? But I can also say if they chose to, you know what I mean? It's not.
It's not affected.
It's right. It's not
It
something
still
that
ain't
I would.
affected.
It's not something that I felt like I would have been like, no, bitch, fuck that. You gonna have this fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is you. This is you. You got to carry this baby for 9 months. You got to go through whatever you going through. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But whatever you going through, you got to go through this. So if you say you can't do it
and you want to get an abortion, I'm
Who
gonna
am
be
I to
upset.
tell you no?
Yeah.
But-
Who
Yeah.
am I to tell you no? I know where you going.
I'm gonna be upset, but
I think
right.
them
I'm gonna be
overturning
like,
it
who
was
am I
the
to tell you?
move because
Because
like
listen,
they did, they put it
They
back
can
to
put
the states.
restrictions
I'm gonna tell you
on it.
this.
So
If
if
the
you in one
government
state, you
control
go to
it,
another state and
Yeah,
get
and
something
everything
done.
will be
yeah,
good.
if the
Yeah.
government
Yeah.
control
Check this out.
abortions, they can make restrictions and
Right,
write restrictions on
That's
it
what
and
I'm
make
saying.
certain stuff.
With each state doing their own thing, you can just go to another state and do it. You know what I'm saying?
At one point in time, my peoples, he had a son, right, that was coming, and his baby mom ended up going to jail, right, while she was pregnant. They were supposed to get an abortion, but she got out. I think she did like 45 days in jail. You know what I'm saying? She got out. Now the abortion time has gotten, you know what I'm saying, the cost for the abortion is more expensive now because the baby is older. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that I guess individuals go through when it comes to abortion type shit. And I think that's why the time thing is like, it's one of those things where it's something that you may not have control over. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine if she would have been in jail for 3 months with the baby. You know what I'm saying? And then came home like, fuck this, I ain't
She
having
might
no
have
kid,
changed
I
her
ain't fucking
mind.
with you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
You know
the
what I'm
issue,
saying?
man.
So it's just,
That's
but
the
it's
issue.
her body, and that's the only thing
That's
that
the
that's the
issue.
only thing that I can say. I don't feel like I should be able to tell her,
Yeah,
because I don't want nobody to
absolutely
tell me what
not.
to do with my shit.
Absolutely
You know what I'm
not.
saying?
All I was saying was I understand between 5 and damn near birth, you basically
You
just
basically
making
try-
a
like you said,
decision
you
to
basically
just kill it.
Like you basically
Like,
kill
honey,
it. That's what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
telling you what to
I mean-
do, but don't you think like maybe you might want to think about this shit a little more earlier?
It's like it's just people with sense, man. Adults ain't really out here just making that mistake, bro.
right.
Real
right.
adults.
Yeah, no, not
You got a lot of
necessarily.
grown kids out here,
Yes.
but not real adults,
Yeah,
man.
you got
They ain't,
grown kids for sure.
they ain't just out here impregnating people.
Right.
But man, we gonna wrap the show up, guys.
You just ain't
Oh,
out here
man,
impregnating
hold on.
people.
I want to ask y'all.
Yeah,
one
we
more
have to
thing,
be, man. Y'all was just gone.
I want to ask y'all one more thing. Pop some
What's
shit
up?
up on y'all, man. Y'all hear
Okay.
about these NFL players? Their houses got robbed.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah, it was a
yeah.
dude last week, and it was Kelsey and Mahomes this week. They,
Wow.
Yeah, they robbed their homes. Man, they
Joe
know
Kelsey and
they
Mahomes.
know when they're not gonna be at home. They
Yeah.
know where they, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's
Oh, yeah,
inside.
they know
So
they
what's going on with the security, bro?
That's
you got all
inside,
that
bro.
money. What's going on
That's
to where these
inside.
motherfuckers got in there? That's what I want to know.
Maybe it's insurance. Nigga, insurance fraud has always been a lick, nigga.
It was cash, bro. You can't file no insurance.
It's still
Yeah.
inside. It's
Yeah.
inside. I'm telling you now, it's inside. Cause them boys
That's
got
what I
No
the national
abortions
thing,
after
everybody
5
would've
weeks.
went and had
The
to go by
government,
the
if it was
same
under the
thing.
See what
government,
I'm
they could just be
saying?
like,
Yeah.
you
But
can't
like-
have abortions
but
no
like-
more
like-
after 5 weeks.
Like
Yep.
my boy said, like, nigga, after 7 months, that shit murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happened.
What was
Man,
it?
it ain't even
Okay,
7
I'm not
months,
that
bro.
goddamn
It
old
ain't
with
even
you,
7
but
months.
I'm
It's
older
before
than
That
that.
shit murder.
And I remember when I first
agree.
started busting nuts in bitches.
Man, you talking like
that
4,
shit
5
was-
months. That
what
shit
was it?
murder.
What was it?
They get
4
that heartbeat.
It was 3 to 6 weeks was the tops.
We
When
ready?
I was young, busting
Y'all thought it
nuts
was
in
like
hoes.
6
months.
It was
Like-
3
like-
to 6 weeks,
It just
bro.
looked like a little-
If you didn't get that
ultrasound
abortion
looked like
between
shit.
3 to 6 weeks, your ass had a
Gonna
baby
have the
on the
baby.
way.
Yeah.
You
Man,
had a
you see
baby
that
on the way
heartbeat.
if you didn't get that shit done
Yeah,
in 3 to
you
6
see
weeks.
that heartbeat, now you killing
That
something.
shit
Yeah.
over with, bro.
You talking, yeah.
Now you, I
All right,
understand and love the women, but
we good, Al?
don't kill them.
Yeah, we good.
We good on the zone too, I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
the Zoom, I ain't stopped the Zoom.
All right. Well, yeah, Mr. Anderson, man. Really appreciate that information on the NFL players.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
I think it's
just something
like you
going
say,
on.
Niggas, right? Niggas just getting caught
sound-
up. Niggas
sound
just-
like
Lined
inside.
inside. Yeah, somebody getting lined up. It could be a referee. You know, them boys be in the stadium, the stadium working dudes. You know, especially them hometown dudes.
yeah, that's what it be.
Patrick. You know, I love when you're at the stadium because everything's
you know what
fun.
it is? Niggas, like you said, niggas fucking up them parlays. Niggas
Yeah.
getting them licks.
They got
like,
mad.
Nigga mad, yeah, get that last touchdown. Like, you know what, bitch? I'm about to go rob this motherfucker.
Hey, get my money
Al,
back. Hey, that's a dope one.
anything you want to say before we go, Big
That's a
Cuzzo?
good one.
You know, this was a great episode, man. And,
I
you
really
know,
love this.
I actually had one more conspiracy that I don't know if y'all heard about, man.
See, and that's the issue. I talked to the guys, man. I talked to the guys. We want
that's the issue.
We want
You the
one
issue.
show. We want one show, bro.
the issue,
so
bro.
we want to just keep it an hour.
All right.
We
It's
don't
all
want
good.
the one
Where we at?
part 1 and part
We at
2.
an hour?
We
We
like
at almost
an
2.
hour and 10.
I think it's
Hour
yeah,
10.
Almost 2.
But
No, we good. I save it to the next round.
good. But anything you want to say before we get out of here? Like,
No, man, like I said, it was a great episode.
Okay.
Man. Shout out to to my man Jay Raw in the building. Ari the Great.
Jace.
Yeah,
He
sure.
said a little something. I'm gonna have him at the end
Okay.
saying a little something with this little bullshit he just said.
Mr. Anderson, you want to say anything before we get out of here, big bro?
Oh man, it's been a lovely week. I think we top ourselves every show. You know, that's just my biased opinion. And you know, we'll see you next week.
Jay Moore.
Hey man, you know, more info coming in, more conversation, man, more dialect, more debate, man, more ways to make your head spin, more ways to keep spinning off this energy, this information, trying to get ourselves secluded and tighten up. I really love this. If everybody don't know, the more you converse with each other, the more you tap into each other's brain, the more you put in that work, hey, we become more than what we ever thought we could be. And that's in spirit, that's in physical, that's in financial. So keep that up. Pay attention. Stay locked in. Tune in for next week.
Love that from Jay Moore, man. This is one of them Jay Moore episodes right here. I want to say something, man. I actually misspoke. I think it was episode 4. I had on a red hoodie, and we were talking about Netanyahu, and I actually confused him with Zelensky.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to say that I misspoke that day. Netanyahu is not Zelensky. Zelensky's the actor. Netanyahu
Yes.
is
Yeah.
the prime minister of Israel.
Israel, yes.
The president of Ukraine.
Zelensky
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the yep. Other than that, man, I feel like we had a great show. We didn't go over half of what we wanted to,
Not
guys.
even. I think we
We
made it together
got
one
comfortable.
topic.
Yeah.
We got real comfortable this show.
Yeah,
We got comfortable and stayed on some real positive things. We stated how we felt, regarding the women's reproductive rights and just some stuff that's going on in the world today. But yeah, man, we're going to wrap it up, man. As always, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's a Wednesday night for us here. It's kind of late. We hope everybody having a beautiful week, though. Hope everybody have a beautiful weekend. Hope everybody's vibrating high, everybody's frequency on a good level. Everybody's giving that good energy, and everybody's giving and receiving the love that we all deserve. But other than that, man, we got a great show next week because we didn't go over half the stuff
Yeah,
we
man,
wanted
it's
to,
gonna be a
man.
backup, man.
It got real good this week.
Yeah.
Jay Moore came with a lot of great stuff. Alan, Alan, past 2 weeks, Alan been coming with, he done came with some action. But yeah, man, love you guys. Hope you have a beautiful week, man. We will see you guys next week. Black Minds out.
Sir.